Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by glassesusa.com, where you can find cute, stylish glasses for affordable prices. They have over 9,000 different styles of sunglasses and eyeglasses, which includes in-house and name brand styles. All very reasonable price because they cut out the middle person. Glassesusa.com allows you to try on glasses at home. You don't even have to leave your home. You can do what I did and use the virtual mirror tool to try on glasses, and they will be delivered right to your doorstep. Shopping at glassesusa.com is a risk-free experience. If for any reason you're not happy with your glasses, you can return them within the first 14 days of receiving them. 100% money back guaranteed, and they also have a 365-day warranty. A complete pair of glasses starts at $30, and every frame includes a basic lens. So using the virtual mirror tool, I tried on a few glasses, and glassesusa.com sent them to me. So let me know down in the comments what you think of them. What do you think about this pair? I also got a pair of sunnies, which very conveniently turn into regular glasses as well. Love that. And I also got this pair. So if you'd like to try Glasses USA for yourself, click the link down below to receive a special offer. Big thanks to Glasses USA for sponsoring this video and for their continued support and for allowing me to make better videos for all of you. So today I'm going to be making a recipe that utilizes a gadget that I picked up quite a while ago, and it is this. This pan has these little perfectly round divots in them. I'm going to be attempting to make Imagawayaki, also known as wheel cakes. They are a lovely, portable, warm little treat that you can find from street vendors in Japan. We used to have a little place in our town that I would stop on my bicycle on the way home to pick these up. And they're freshly made of a batter that's similar to pancake batter, a little bit thinner, made with molds like these. And inside, traditionally, they have red bean paste, sweetened red bean paste, anko paste. But I'm going to be making two versions today. I'm going to be making a custard version and a anko version as well. I'm going to be adapting Table Diaries recipe today. I'll put a link down below to their original video. So Imagawayaki goes by many names and can be found in Japan, but all over Asia as well, including the Philippines and in Taiwan, where they were introduced by the Japanese. Also called wheel cakes because of its shape like a wheel. So the first thing we need to do, because I'm going to be making a custard version, is to make the vanilla custard. So in this bowl, I've got 3 egg yolks. Unfortunately, one of them broke, but all will be well. We're going to add some sugar. It's like 4 tablespoons. And we're going to mix this. So we are making a custard here. We're going to use the binding protein power of the eggs to thicken our custard, along with some cornstarch. A couple tablespoons of cornstarch. And that's gonna gel and thicken things up along with those egg yolks. We're going to add some milk to this saucepan, and to that we're going to add a little bit of vanilla. I'm just adding some vanilla paste because I happen to have it, and we're just going to scald the milk. So once we begin to see little bubbles around the edges, we are going to turn it off and turn off the heat. Add the hot milk to the egg mixture. I should have used a bigger bowl. Ah. Isn't that always the case? You always use a bowl that's too small, or at least I do. So I'm adding this in kind of slowly, kind of temper the eggs so that I don't get scrambled eggs, and then add more of it in there. Because my bowl is very small, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Add this to this. Put this back on the heat. And we're going to stir this constantly because it's going to thicken pretty quickly. I think it was Emerald Lagasse that taught me that cornstarch needs to come up to a full boil before it gets to its full thickening power. It's like instant how thick that gets. Okay, so we want this to get really, here's some flop, flop, flop. Do you hear that? Yeah, that means it's coming up to a full boil. And then we're going to cover it with a layer of plastic wrap, and then pop this in the freezer for about 20 minutes to cool everything down. Thankfully, in New England right now, it's just about freezing, so I'm just going to set this outside. So while the custard is cooling, we're going to make the batter part of the wheel cake. We're going to need a couple of eggs. These are store-bought eggs. My hens are currently not laying because it is winter time. Some people have mentioned using lights to encourage them to lay during the winter, but we just give them a little break. We got some pullets, which are some young chickens, and they should be laying soon. So give thanks to chickens and their eggs. Alrighty. 2. Same amount of sugar as before, 4 tablespoons to the eggs. Some salt. Whole milk. Okay. So in a large bowl, we're going to whisk our flour, and I'm using pastry flour here. You can also use cake flour. You want to use a flour that doesn't have a lot of gluten in it. We want a light and crisp wheel cake. Now we're going to add some baking powder to that as well, and sift that into our bowl. I love sifting. I love it. Look how light and airy and fluffy and light that looks. The wet to the dry. And we want to work out all these lumps. Okay, to that we're going to add some oil. Just plain neutral flavored oil. So I'm going to use my measuring cup from earlier, and I'm going to pour the batter into that to make it easier to pour into the pan. I've already washed out my pan. We're going to turn the heat on low because these are going to be pretty thick, and we want them to have enough time to cook completely. This particular pan has patterns on them. I've seen others that do not. So 3 of them do not, and I prefer actually the non-patterned part, so I will put that on top. So I'm just going to use 1 little drop of oil in my pan. That's actually a big drop. And I'm going to use a paper towel to gently oil the pan. Even though this is a non-stick pan, I want a little extra insurance that the cakes will come out. Now we're going to take our batter and pour it about halfway into each well. We're going to fill these with the custard that we made earlier, but I'm also going to try this version, which is more traditional, and this is red bean paste, anko paste, and this is sweetened red bean paste, and this one happens to be a smooth version. It's really great to be able to buy it like this because it's already pre-cooked, pre-mashed, pre-sweetened, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the inside. So we're getting a little bit of bubbling here. I'm going to take my bottom of my rolling pin and kind of push around here to push the batter up around the sides. So that's what's going to give us the side walls of our wheel cakes. So I'm going to do that with all of them before they set. And we're going to do this a couple of times to kind of reinforce the walls so they're nice and strong. I'm going to take our custard cream and place it right in the middle. And then I'm going to make one with red bean paste too, because that's what I remember. This one? Oh yeah, right on top. How's this one? Oh, cute. This one? Okay. Take this one, transfer it right on top. Cute! And just a couple more minutes just to make sure that all the batter is cooked and that the fillings are warmed up. Alrighty, my lovelies, I am back with our finished wheel cakes, and they turned out beautifully. I never used this pan before, and I was really happy with how golden brown these got, really even cooking. I think the real trick here is to be patient and use a low temperature. This is an example of one I cooked at a slightly higher temperature, so there's a little bit more kind of spotting. But this one I cooked at a lower temperature for a longer amount of time, and it's just nicely even like that. Here's an example of the patterned one. They turned out cute as well, but I prefer the really simple, plain brown top. Warm and piping hot. Look at that cream. Itadakimasu. And that's super fun. Everything is warm and toasty. The outside portion of the wheel cake is very, very similar to a pancake that you might have here in the States. It's very lightly sweetened, just toasted and warm. And the middle is lovely, warm, puddingy in texture, and has a light vanilla flavor, slightly eggy, kind of like a vanilla pudding, but all of it together is really enjoyable. You've got this warm interior, warm exterior, and a contrast of textures. And similar to many desserts you find in Asia, just very lightly sweetened and would go super well with a cup of coffee or tea. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try the anko, or the bean paste filled wheel cake. Ding! This is the flavor combination that I remember. Again, the exterior is very similar to a Western style pancake, but the interior is filled with sweetened red bean paste, which has a slight bean flavor to it. Noticeably sweet, and has a much thicker consistency than the custard. The custard was much more puddingy and softer and smoother and silkier in texture. The bean paste has more substance. It stands up more in terms of texture and assertive flavor as well. I quite like it. This anko paste happens to be the smooth version, but there's also one that's a little bit chunkier, so you have a little bit more of that texture. If you ever had a dorayaki, this is quite similar in terms of flavor combination. A dorayaki is another Japanese confection. The two layers, instead of being this kind of toasted, more waffle-like exterior, the dorayaki is composed of almost like two pancakes with a red anko bean paste in the middle as well. Flavor combination is similar. The textures are a little bit different. This is a little bit more crisp and soft, while a dorayaki is more just all soft, more like a pancake. Both of them are delicious. These are pretty good, but not quite as good as the one that was made in a little shop that I would stop by on my way home from work on my bicycle. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. That's how you can make homemade wheel cakes. You do need a little special pan. I'll put a link down below to where I found mine. Thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to receive a special offer, please click the link down below. Alrighty, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. I love hearing from you. Check out my website, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye.